Christopher Nolan's Inception is one of, if not my favorite movies of all time. And in my opinion, it's definitely one of the best movies that come out of Hollywood. Not only is it compelling and suspenseful, but the entire concept is one of the most fascinating and complicated ideas and plot lines I've ever seen. I find that some people don't even appreciate how eccentric it really is, especially the ending, and that's what I'm here to explain. In Inception, the main character Cobb, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, and his team of con artists get a job to go construct a false reality inside Robert Fisher's mind, played by Cillian Murphy, who is about to take over his father's business. But, before we begin and enter Christopher Nolan's dream world, we need to know the players. First is the Mark. This person is the target that the team wants to extract information from. In this case, however, the team is planting an idea instead of taking one. Second is the Extractor. The Extractor is a master con man. They know how to manipulate the Mark in the dream and reveal what they're trying to steal. This would be Cobb. Next person is the Architect. They design the dream almost like a game designer. The Architect creates different levels and mazes in the dream to make sure the Mark doesn't reach the edge of the dream, which would make them realize that they are dreaming. The Dreamer is whose mind is actually housing the dream. Now the Dreamer and the Architect aren't always the same person. The Architect can actually teach the maze to the Dreamer. Projections populate the dreams to make the dream world feel real. They are manifestations of the Mark's vision of reality. If a Mark has been trained to defend themselves against extractors, then the projections will hunt down the Dreamer. Finally, the Forger is a master of imitating people, whether it's their handwriting, their mannerisms, or even in this case, their entire appearance. Now that we have the players, let's make sure we understand who's dreaming what levels. The first level is dreamt by the chemist Yusuf, who concocted the sedative that's able to make them go so deep into the dreams. The second level, the hotel, is being dreamt by Arthur. The third level, the snow fortress, is Eames' dream. As they get deeper into the dreams, they need what is called a kick to bring them back up. It represents the feeling of falling you get. It can sometimes jolt you awake. So now that we have an understanding of the world of Inception, let's analyze the final scene that's caused so much controversy. At the end, after the mission is complete, and Cobb is finally allowed to return home, he finally sees his children turn and face him, which is a reoccurring event through the film. Mal constantly tries to get him to look at them when in a dream state to try to confuse what's reality, but he never gives in. He finally looks, letting the audience know, or at least tricking in the audience to thinking that he is indeed in reality and has escaped limbo. He pulls out his totem, which is what all dreamers have to let them know whether they're dreaming or not, and spins it on the table. If it's reality, the top should topple. The Cobb walks away without waiting for it, almost suggesting he doesn't even care anymore if he's still dreaming. The camera focuses on the top and cuts away from it while it seems like it's about to topple, leaving the audience wondering what the truth is. Some people think he's dreaming, others think he isn't. Some say that because it's Mal's totem, it doesn't work for him. However, both Mal and Cobb knew the feeling and physics of the totem, which also works for Cobb. However, Cobb's real totem is his wedding ring. When in the dream world, Cobb wears his wedding ring, which acts as his totem, which you can see here in the first part of the dream sequence in the very beginning of the movie. On his left hand you can see his wedding ring. Then here, the sequence right after he comes out of the dream, you can see that on his left hand there is no wedding ring, indeed showing that he is back in reality. Another example of this can be shown is right before they're about to enter the dream, when it's clearly reality he did not have a ring on that hand. And here, at the end, after their mission is accomplished, you can barely tell that there was not a shiny object on his left hand. And then another scene at the very end, the actual end scene, even though it's tricky, you do not see the reflection of a left ring on his hand, right there. You would be able to tell if there was a ring, which there's not. But in the end, Cobb walking away from the top is a statement in itself. The movie is its own maze designed to plant a simple idea in the viewer's mind that reality is really just a relative concept.